short 6 times, but it was just about 30 seconds long for me to make it into a 3-minute short. This is why I don't make shorts. Because they're not fucking long enough, YouTube. They're not fucking long enough. So anyways, this is a quick live stream in response to a video that I got. I mean, not a video I got, but somehow I came across this message because this guy was asking me a question, so I'm gonna respond to it in a nice, courteous way. And I don't want to do this on a live stream all fucking night because it's almost 2 in the morning. But let's get into it. So I'm not gonna say the person's username, but they asked the question, and I'm gonna. They were very cordial in the way they posted it. They didn't say anything nasty. They just wanted a couple of questions answered, and I'm like, okay. I'll do a quick video to respond to it. So I got this comment right here, and as you notice, I got the username blocked. Okay? Hey dude, I'm familiar with you and your live streams. I come from channels hosting your videos where you are screaming in the mic and on camera. I find it, and I don't find it funny, because what those faggot trolls do is they poke and poke. What those faggot trolls do is they poke and poke and poke and poke me until I go off on a violent rage, where the first thing that comes out of my mind when I'm exploding is going to come out of my mouth. So if it's racist shit, then racist shit is going to come out of my mouth. I'm not proud of it. They're reckoning hundreds of thousands of dollars on me. These little trolls care about emo? You think these trolls care whether I'm financially strapped or not? No, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Because they're raking in their thousands and raking in their thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So, repeating that a comment again. I come from these channels where they're hosting your videos where you're screaming on camera. And honestly, I find it funny. No, I don't find it funny. I don't find it fucking funny at all. It's fucking death. That's what it is. It's stealing. It'd be stealing 10,000 years from now. It's just a loophole they use so they can steal other people's content. Like, I'll give you another one. You want another example of what I'm talking about? Where people use loopholes to fuck with people. According to the U.S. Constitution, we have a thing in this country called freedom of speech. According to the U.S. Supreme Court, back in the late 60s, early 70s, the Supreme Court ruled that posting, like if you go on the street corner and you're protesting and you have the F word on your protest sign, technically, according to the constitutional and the Supreme Court ruling, the cop is not supposed to arrest you for having fuck the police or fuck this or fuck that on the sign. So what does the cops come up with? How do the cops trump all of that when you're out protesting? How do the cops, where's the loophole that the cops use to get around it? I'll give you the fucking loophole that the cops use to get around that. Because according to the Constitutional, you're legally allowed to say Hell no, we won't fucking go. Hell no, we won't fucking go. And you're allowed to have that F bird on your sign. So how does the cops trump that? They arrest you for disorderly conduct. Yeah! And that's their legal way of violating your First Amendment rights. And that's their legal way of being able to take your sign with the explicit language away, and they take you down to jail for a night. Because this fake disorderly conduct thing is the loophole that lets the cops violate your rights. So, technically, you're not supposed to steal somebody else's videos, but they use, oh, it's fair use, Timo. Well, fair use is the fucking loophole. That's what they use. They use the fucking loophole. Just like the cops, when you're out protesting, they like to trump your constitutional rights by saying, oh, we gotta arrest this guy because he's disorderly conduct. Yeah. So that's what it really is. So then, it's back to what they said. I'm familiar with your Hi, dude, I'm really familiar with your live streams because I come from channels that host your videos. Yeah, host stolen videos. That was stolen and doctored up and made up and don't tell the whole fucking story. Yeah, that's what you support. And you find them funny. They're scumbaggish. They're scumbag videos. That's what they are. They're scumbag people who steal other people's content because they don't have no brain to create their own content. So and then they go on to say, well, we find it funny. Why not just try and do what you want to do on YouTube? Okay, now here's a valid point. Let me switch the camera around so we can show this again. Not what you want to do on YouTube. Okay, that's the next paragraph of what we're talking about. Because I came on social media to make friends, not be bullied and lose all my friends. So, let me tell you what happened to me in just this last week. The guy who wrote me this post and wanted me to make this response. Let me tell you what just happened to me this last week. I'm watching Vice Grip Garage. Have been for years. Well, actually, no. Let me go back a little bit. About a month ago, I'm watching Vice Grip Garage, and he's working on the '57 Chevy. He's working on the '57 Chevy. And what does YouTube do when you're looking at YouTube videos? Like, I'll go to a YouTube video here. What does YouTube do when you're looking at YouTube videos, right? So, like, here's a video of a mentor pilot. He talks about crane crashes and things. And then usually what they have over here, see what they have on this side? Oh, a Delta pilot was arrested 20 minutes before his departure. And then they put the stupid shorts there. And then you go down, and then you see This video's about a plane. 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 Well, that one's about this one's about cops doing something. Then this next one's about a plane. See how there's a plane there? So YouTube gives you all this list on the side of all the other fucking videos that are similar. So let's pretend this video is Derek of Vice Grip Garage, and he's got his 57 Chevy up here on the left, and over here I see a video with a thumbnail of a fat guy working on a 57 Chevy. And it wasn't the guy's real channel. It happened to be a video of the asshole father and son team from Massachusetts that's trolling the real guy with the 57 Chevy. The same way my trolls troll me, these two assholes in Massachusetts do the same thing to this other guy, who I call 57 Chevy. Because I don't want his real name in my chat. I don't want his real name. I don't want my trolls knowing who he is. So instead of following the two assholes in Massachusetts, I went to the guy's real fucking channel. And for over a month, I was in his chat. I was in his live stream. I was supporting him. I was hoping he would get whatever was wrong with his 57 Chevy engine. I was hoping he would fix it and get it running. But like I said, he's dealing with too many people, too many chiefs, and not enough Native Americans, to put it in a non-racist way. Because when you use the I word, back in the day when I was a kid, they used to say, "Oh, let's go play cowboys," and the I word. Well, I'm trying not to use the I word, so we'll change the saying to too many chiefs and not enough Native Americans is his problem. He's got the valves so fucked up on this car that he can't get them running now. He can't get the engine running. So for this whole month I'm in his room, not once did I mention diapers. Not once did I mention my trolls. Not once did I bring drama to his room. But what happened is the trolls started attacking all of this guy's friends. That's what they did. They started attacking all of this guy's fucking friends. So he's got a guy by the name of Dennis, the troll Dennis. He's got another one in there called Renegade Garage. Trolls tried to turn Renegade Garage against this guy. Then they took my name and they searched it, and then they found all the faggot troll videos. So they found all the bad ones that they could find, and then they sent it to 57 Chevy. And guess who gets banned from 57 Chevy's room? Me! That's why I'm closing this channel. There's no sense of having a username on YouTube if I can't make friends. Not once did I bring drama to that fat ass's channel. Not once did I belittle him. Not once did I make fun of him. But no, he wants to listen to Austin and fucking Marco and throw me out. Yeah. So don't tell me, emo, just do your thing. Emo, make friends. Because I just tried to make friends with somebody and got fucked over again. Yeah. So don't give me that shit. Well, just do your thing. Just do what you like on YouTube. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. It ain't that fucking easy to do that. See, because you know what? I'll give you the guy's first name. What Rich's problem is he lets his trolls walk all over him. He listens to the trolls. So he chose to listen to Austin and Marco and ban me. The guy who was always cordial in there, the guy that was always respectful in there, the guy that didn't fucking create no drama in there. And I was ghosting Rich's stream this morning. I'm going to put this phone down. I was ghosting Rich's stream this morning. And the first thing he says, oh, I was watching their live stream last night, and I was seeing what they were saying about me in the chat. Because they were calling him a pedophile and all this shit in this fucking chat. Well, one thing, Rich, you don't belong in Austin's room. You don't belong in Marco's room. What you need to do is block these motherfuckers, ignore the mention tab on YouTube, and don't listen to those motherfuckers. Because if you didn't listen to those motherfuckers, we would still be good friends right now. You see? That's part of your problem, Rich. You're keeping the fucking shit going. Because you keep going to Marco's live stream. You keep going to Austin's live stream. When you shouldn't. So, then, what they do is they showed him some of the videos that I'm not proud of. Okay? And there were some things in some of those videos that should have never happened. I know this. But and 90% of those videos, you know why they're fucking 5 years old? Because here's what happened. There was a channel on here with a guy, I'll give you his first name. The whole channel name's irrelevant because supposedly he's dead now. He's dead and gone. Supposedly. There was this guy by the name of Gary. So I would make a video just doing my thing, like you said in the post. Just making friends, just doing my thing. And Gary would come out of left field, restreaming my content, making nasty videos about me. I'd go over to Gary's channel, I'd watch those videos, and then make a response. And then Gary would make another video, and I'd make a response. And then Gary would make another video, and I would make a response. And that went on for almost a year and a fucking half. Until I finally realized that as long as I keep doing that, I'm feeding these assholes. So then when Billy the Fridge started doing it, and kept tagging me in the mention section in YouTube, I didn't keep making videos back and forth to Billy the Fridge, because I know better. When the Geek Room came after me, I didn't start making videos back and forth between the Geek Room. When the Drunken Peasants came after me, I didn't start making videos between me and the Drunken Peasants. But Rich is still doing it. He's going over there and watching the live streams, seeing what they're saying about him, then going back to his live stream and is talking about it. I just watched him well, we're into the next day now. I just watched him yesterday morning do it. So, I hate to say it, Rich, if you see this video, I hate to say it, you are letting Marco and fucking Austin ruin your channel. And you're kicking out decent people because you're listening to morons. Now, I tried. I didn't even mention Rich's channel on my channel because I didn't want him to be trolled by my trolls. I'm still trying to protect him by not saying his fucking channel name. I'm still trying to protect the guy. Even though he fucking unjustly sided with the trolls and banned me out of his room. But not once did I bring up drama in that room, Rich, and you know it. Not once did I talk about me being gay. I didn't even bring up my sexuality. Not once did I talk about diapers in your fucking room. And you know that to be true, Rich. You fucking know it to be true. And you wanted to listen to an asshole named Dawson instead of siding with me. Well, you made your choice. So, what I realize now is when I started following Rich, I should have just lied to him. I should have used the sock account. I never should have used this account to go over there and have fun. I should have lied to the very beginning and hid who I was and hide under a sock account, and I would still probably be in his chat room. So if I'm not allowed to make friends on this channel, there's no point in me having the channel. That's why I shut it down. This is an encore live stream because this person asked me a question. That's the only reason why I'm here. It's an encore live stream. So I guess from now on, when I find new people online, I'm going to have to use a sock account because I can't use my real name in the fucking chat room because people bring my shit into his room, which was never supposed to be brought into his room. But keep listening to Marco. Keep listening to Austin. And you'll never have anybody in there, Rich. You'll never have anybody in there because you keep kicking good people out. That's what you keep doing. You keep kicking good people out and you don't give a fuck. You want less stress? I'll tell you what you do. You unsubscribe from Marco and Austin, Rich. That's what you do. You unsubscribe from Austin and Marco. And then, when you go to your YouTube studio, when you're in your fucking YouTube studio, when you go to your YouTube studio, right? When you go to your YouTube studio and you go to community here, right? You go to the community tab, you got your comments, you got your viewer posts, you got fucking mentions. Well, what I do, and this is where I had that piece of tape over that username on that screenshot. What I do is I come in here and that tab doesn't exist. I let the people tag me all I want, and I pretend that this tab doesn't fucking exist. As long as you keep watching this tab, Rich, as long as you keep going into this tab, and you keep seeing what they're tagging you in, and what they're posting about you, and the nasty things that they're saying about you, you're just gonna keep beating them. You gotta pretend this tab doesn't exist. Because to me, it doesn't exist. So when I go in here, I go over here to held for review. I hit apply. I look to see if there's any comments in here like this under the held thing. And then if I don't see any, I get the fuck out of there. I never go to that fucking... I never go to that fucking mentions tab. Never once do I go to the fucking mentions tab. Not once. Because Rich admitted it on his live stream today. I was ghosting his live stream. And he says, "Oh, I was watching their live stream last night. I was watching that chat. I was seeing everything they were saying about me. And just because they want to call somebody a vile thing doesn't make them a vile thing. But I was watching that chat last night." Wrong, Rich. You don't fucking belong in there. Period. Period. So you fucking admitted it just yesterday in a live stream that you went over there, watched these people, and watched how they were bashing you in the live stream. And in the first 10 minutes of your live stream yesterday, I keep saying today because I keep forgetting it's after midnight. Then the first 10 minutes of his live stream yesterday is him talking about all the shit they were saying in these guys' chat room. Well, you never should have been in there to begin with, Rich. That's your problem. That's your fucking problem. You shouldn't have been in there to begin with. So from now on, if I decide I want to make new friends again, I'm just gonna fucking... I'm gonna have to use a fake name. And I like how YouTube, they always tell you, just be yourself. Just be yourself. Go on social media and just be yourself. And now I gotta lie when I make new friends with people. I gotta start from the very beginning and use a fake name because I can't use Justin Howard in people's rooms anymore. Look what happened. Just this week I got kicked out of a room because they showed him the 5-year-old videos. Yeah. Because they can't let this shit go. They showed him the 5-year-old fucking videos. So, when I wanted to be friends with that guy, I should have lied. I should have lied a month ago. I should have used the stock account. I almost said stock account, but sock account. I should have never used the Justin Emo Hollywood's name in this fucking chat, and I probably would still be friends with the dude. If I would have based the relationship on a lie. But no, I try to go in there as my real self and get fucked over by this jackass named Austin. And like I said, I don't know what the fuck happened to, all I know is Friday morning I was banned. Let me tell you what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I don't know what was said in Rich's room or why I was banned. I don't know what the fuck happened. Thursday morning I was chatting with him. Everything was okay. Thursday afternoon he comes on about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Now at 4:30 I have to leave to go tape a concert in town. So I left Rich's stream on my computer on pause, and I went in town to record the fucking concert. I left around 4:30, an hour after he started the stream. Come back in Friday morning, I'm banned. So I don't know what the fuck happened on Thursday. What I wish I would have done is I wish I would have left Rich's stream going, and I wish I would have had a screen recording of his Thursday night stream, because that's when they did it. That's when they did it. When I couldn't be here. That's when it all went down. Last Thursday night. So this person wants to say to me, well, Emo, why don't you just do your own thing and do what you want to do on YouTube, which is make friends? And I just had a fucking friendship trashed on me. For no good reason. So, this is why I'm pretty much done with this channel. No point in having it if the asshole trolls are never gonna let go. You know, there's a video out there with Justin Bieber saying, why does a nigga, why does, I almost said the whole word, why does a black man hate a chainsaw? And then Justin Bieber in the video goes, run, an N-word, an N-word, an N-word, an N-word, an N-word, an N-word, okay? In the video, Justin Bieber does this, but gets a fucking pass, right? Right? Gets a fucking pass? I don't want you dating that guy, because he's an N. He's an N. He's an N. Mel Gibson talking to his daughter. But Mel Gibson gets a pass and gets to move on with the Passion of the Christ and Braveheart and gets to move his fucking career. And Don Imus gets to say blank-headed hose and rebuild his career. But no, something I said in a fucking video 5 fucking years ago will be goddamned if Emo gets a pass. Yeah, that's why I get pissed off about this shit. That's why I get fucking angry. Because that's the first thing they brought up to Rich to get me thrown out of his room. He's a racist. He's this. He's that. See? I'm even so broke I can't even afford butane. These fucking lighters are fucking... Yeah, look at this. You know? But the trolls don't give a fuck that I don't have money because they're raking it in. Sure they are. They're raking it in and having a good old time. Yeah, here it is right here. Here it is right here. I want you people to listen to this. I want you people to listen to this. And he got a pass, right? This guy gets to have a pass. Listen to this.
In the brief clip, Justin Bieber can be heard telling a joke. And the punchline is a racial insult.
Father's Day. That's just mean.
That's just straight.
Why are black people afraid of chainsaws?
Don't even say it. Don't say it.
You can say
See, they
motorcycle
fucking
people.
edited it out, but they used to be in the video. So there's Justin Bieber being racist, and he gets a pass, though. He gets a fucking pass. Oh, of course he gets a pass. And basically what he said really, really fast. Why are black people afraid of chainsaws? Because run! N-word, 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 N-word. And if you say it really fast, it sounds like a chainsaw going run. Okay? That's the joke. But Justin Bieber gets a pass for making that joke, right? Yeah. Mel Gibson gets a pass for his racial shit. Don Imus gets a pass for his racial shit. I don't fucking get it. Because that's the first fucking thing they brought up to Rich. They had to bring the racism shit in. Yep, that's the first motherfucking shit they had to bring up to him to get him wound for sound and turn against me. Austin and Marco knew what the fuck they were doing. So like I said, don't sit there and say, well, emo, you just have to make... I come from... And I'll read the message again, even though I don't have it on screen because it's in my memory. I got a message from somebody, and they asked the question. Hey, Emo Halliwell. I have seen your live streams and videos of you streaming on cam. Now I'm doing this from memory now. And I've seen your videos on channels that are hosting this content. Yeah, my stolen content. My stolen content. Then the next line in the message was, have you ever thought about giving up the drama and just do what you want to do on YouTube? I'm paraphrasing there, which has always been to make fucking friends, because I don't like being in the house all by myself. Don't want to be all by myself, okay? So I do what I want to do. I go out and make a friend with this rich guy, and then just within the last week I get banned from Rich's room because of a bunch of faggot trolls. Yeah. So how the fuck can I just do what I want to do on YouTube and keep using this username when these people are going to keep bringing up videos from 5 fucking years ago? What's the point of keeping the channel going? And after yesterday's live stream, I wasn't going to come back on this channel. But I saw this post. I thought I would respond to it. I thought it needed to be responded to. But I'm pretty much giving this channel up. If I can't make friends with this channel, which was just recently pointed out, there's no sense in having this channel. And the other point is YouTube is fucking deleting all the channels I like. So why should I stick around on this platform when everybody I like, everybody I support is being annihilated off of YouTube? Channel after channel after channel after channel after channel after channel after channel of good people, but guess who's allowed to stay on YouTube? Are you ready? Are you ready? Billy the Fridge gets to stay on YouTube. Dragonut gets to stay on YouTube. Andrew Brain gets to stay on YouTube. Ernie Chrysler gets to stay on YouTube. Marco gets to stay on YouTube. Austin gets to stay on YouTube. The Drunken Peasants gets to stay on YouTube. The Degradation Nation gets to stay on YouTube. And all the 10 out of 1,000 FGOT channels I can mention get to stay on YouTube. While all the respectable people, the predator catchers, channel after channel after channel after channel after channel after channel gone. 1A auditors taking on corrupt government officials, channel after channel after channel after channel after channel after channel gone. So, I'm running out of shit to watch because YouTube keeps terminating all of these fucking channels. But lets the faggot trolls stay on YouTube and do whatever the fuck they want. Yeah. Do you realize when it comes, I'll end the video with this because I don't want to be up all fucking night. Do you realize that when it comes to YouTube, just using the name, let's say Andrew Brain comes in. Andrew Brain is causing all kinds of shit, so I block Andrew. But the problem with the block is he's still allowed to watch all my videos. He's still allowed to restream me. And the reason why that's being done is so if I was the CEO of GM and Chevrolet Motors, and I come to YouTube and I say, what is the status? What is the statistics? What is the stats of the viewership on YouTube? And they show me, the CEO of General Motors, the stats of, oh, X number of billion users that are using the platform. And that number is nice and huge. Why is that number nice and huge? Because you can't block somebody and stop them from watching your video. That's another flaw in YouTube. Yeah. It's another flaw in YouTube. And that's why all the social platforms do it. Because they want the high views. They want to be able to go hand that book over to Chevy and say, we have this for viewership. And if they made it where if Rich banned something, see, the true way of blocking somebody on YouTube, Rich blocked me from his YouTube channel. By rights, I shouldn't be allowed to see it. Okay? I shouldn't be allowed to see it. That would be a true block. That'd be a true ban. But no. They want Rich to be able to ban me from his chat room, but they still want me to be able to view his fucking channel because that shows up as a view that they can show to Chevy when they're trying to, when Chevy is trying to buy advertisement space. That's what it is. It's all about the numbers. That's why they let the trolls run around the way they do. Because it brings in the clicks and views. And then I come in as the owner of Chevrolet and I'm like, oh yeah, this place has got views. We'll advertise here. That's why you can't truly block them. because they don't want to lose that viewership count. Because every time you watch a video, whether you're blocked in the guy's chat or not, that's an analytic that they could show Pepsi and Coca-Cola and fucking Ford and General Motors and Chrysler and everybody else who wants to buy an ad on YouTube. That's what. But to me, in reality, I block you from my stream. You shouldn't be able to watch. Period. And if I ever won the law, if the Powerball, excuse me. One time the Powerball went up to like $3 million. It was like a three billion with a B, $3 billion lottery. It was the highest it ever was. If I was to win $3 billion like that, yeah, I would start my own social media platform like YouTube if I had that kind of money. But guess what? You get banned from my room. You don't get to watch at all. That would be my way of running a site. But no, YouTube wants all the clicks and views to show up on those status reports. So those status reports can be showed to people that want to buy fucking ads. Yeah, that's why you can't truly block somebody. It's all about the money. Oh, and I'm glad we wound up on this subject, because guess who's getting sued again? You can't make this shit up. Guess who's getting sued again? Google is getting sued again. Why? Because they screwed over people who they sold advertisement to. Yeah. I just saw this on Facebook today. I just saw this on fucking Facebook today. Let me see if I can get this to open. Edit. And I'll actually show it to you, so I'm not making this up. I just seen this on fucking Facebook today. That's who posted it. Business leaders. Were you running ads on Google? Since 2016 and onward. Even small businesses, maybe, yeah, even small advertisers may be owed thousands of dollars. Right here. It's right here. Google's advertisers are now suing Google again. And I love it when Google loses money. I absolutely love it when Google loses money. I absolutely fucking love it. So yeah, there's a class action lawsuit going on with fucking Google and the people who bought advertising space on this platform. I love it. I love it every time. Every time Google goes in the fucking hole, I love it. Because they demonetize me for no good reason. Because a bunch of trolls wanted to mass flag my account. So I get banned. And that's why I do everything in my power to make it that YouTube doesn't make a dime on my viewership. Do you notice how I am fucking when I'm watching YouTube, I'm always on the desktop. Now, they say that most of the traffic on YouTube comes from people on their cell phones. Most of the traffic on YouTube comes from people using their cell phones. So I haven't figured out a way to block ads on the cell phone. I haven't figured that out. So if you're on fucking Apple OS and you're using a phone, I can't help you. If you're fucking on the phone and you're using Android, I can't help you. But if you're on Windows, or if you're on a Macintosh computer, I can't help you. I only know what, and I'm being honest of what I do know. I know this for Windows only. A few years ago, they came out with this little thing called AdBlock Plus. I'll give you the story quickly so we can get out of here. They had this thing called AdBlock. I'm going to show you, if you're on a desktop computer, how to block the ads. So you might want to listen to this. So, a few years ago, they had this thing called AdBlock Plus. And it worked in Google Chrome. Now, notice how I said Google Chrome. Google Chrome is made by the same company who owns YouTube, right? Because Google and Google are two Google products. Well, within the last 2 years, a year and a half, they made it where if you try to use the AdBlock Plus on Google Chrome, they'll log you out of YouTube. Or the fucking AdBlock Plus doesn't work. If you open up Firefox, they started fucking around with Firefox, where AdBlock Plus doesn't work on YouTube anymore when you're on Firefox. Then, one of my trolls, who knew that I was giving the screws to good old YouTube, said, "Emo, guess what you use?" And I'm like, okay. Okay, tell me. And then the next thing the guy types in my chat, because I wouldn't consider him a troll. He's one of the wishy-washy ones. You know, 1 minute he's supporting my trolls, then 1 minute he's supporting me, then 1 minute he's supporting my trolls, then he's supporting me. Okay? He's one of these wishy-washy ones. And I'm not talking about you, Abe. I'm talking about somebody else who I would consider a troll more than you. He's more on the troll side. He types in, "Use Brave browser with AdBlock Plus." And in the last 2 years, not one YouTube advertisement has made it to a video that I've been watching. I just told you how to beat Google. Brave browser and AdBlock Plus, because I've been doing it for 2+ years, and not one fucking ad has come across that browser. Not one time. And they know I'm using Brave. Because if I'm going through YouTube and a YouTube movie comes up, oh, watch Mrs. Dabfire. I'm just throwing a movie out there. Watch Mrs. Dabfire, free without ads. You try to watch that in Brave, Google blocks you and says, "Sorry, this video's not available. This video's not available on Brave browser. Please use Chrome or Firefox," because they have a way of overriding your fucking AdBlock Plus on those browsers, and they want you to watch that movie with the ads in it. Those are the only YouTube videos that I have not been able to fucking watch on Brave. But I go watch monetized channels, and they don't get one fucking dime from me. And I never see any ads the whole fucking live stream, because I'm using Brave and AdBlock Plus, baby. Yeah. And then I'm going to continue to do that, because the way Google fucked me over, the war has been on between me and Google. It wouldn't break my heart if all of a sudden Google went broke and I came back up on YouTube tomorrow and this platform was gone, annihilated. I'd be like, good, it's karma for you guys paying my trolls and letting the trolls do whatever the fuck they want to do. This whole fucking platform could go up in smoke, in my fucking opinion. Because I do everything in my power not to give Google one goddamn dime. Because they don't want to pay emo one goddamn dime. So why should I pay those motherfuckers one goddamn dime? And now they're being sued again. I love it. I fucking love that Google's being sued again. I absolutely fucking love it. So go to that group right there on Facebook. Well, not that group, that page on Facebook, and go watch this post for yourself. But yeah, Google's getting sued again, and I absolutely love it. It's poetic justice. Nothing would thrill me more than to see this fucking site crash and burn. On me, stupid. No, on me. Nothing would thrill me more. And that's why I share that with you. Brave and AdBlock Plus. Get on your desktops and try it. You won't see one goddamn commercial. Not one. Because why should I pay for other people to get their clicks and views? Why should I go watch a 6-hour cop watching video of Harvey Freebird where he's monetized, and then on top of being monetized, he's begging for money because he's using that fucking chat box shit. So people are sending him fucking things through the chat box, where the chat box is always going bling, bring, 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 and it's so fucking annoying. That's why I only use my talk box twice on YouTube. I used it twice and couldn't stand it. But still, the trolls went and reported me to the people who own that company, and they got me banned from it. Well, we're not going to let emo to be able to take donations from that. I only used it twice because, number one, it was a pain in the fucking ass to set up. And number two, it was too goddamn fucking annoying. So you think I'm going to sit there for 5 hours watching commercial after commercial after commercial, giving the guy... I'll give him watch time minutes. That's all you're going to get. But you didn't get it. Every time I would watch Harvey Freebird for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours, you didn't get one dime of fucking ad revenue from me, buddy. And that's just one channel to mention. You didn't get fucking ad revenue from me. You got watch time viewership, but you didn't get paid for my viewership because I had the ad blocked. I was using Brave and AdBlock Plus. Because YouTube wanted to... I'm sorry, Harvey, but YouTube wanted to fuck with me getting paid, so why should I watch your channel, Harvey, and let you get paid? See what... What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? That's the way I look at it. So, I don't fucking... I don't see any ads 90% of the time, and I love it. But... And I made a little short earlier. I'm gonna fucking add the content of that short at the end of this video, and then we're gonna get out of here. There's a user by the name of CFW. There's a user by the name of Otto the Watchdog. There's a user by the name of PDF, which stands for Poor Dirt Farmer. Not another P word that the trolls might like to use. It stands for Poor Dirt Farmer. I just want to be clear on that. These motherfuckers turned on me during the height of the massive trolling. They turned on me on 2020. These motherfuckers turned on me. And they stopped following me because of what the trolls were doing. Right? And these people turned my back on. Now today I go to fucking TikTok and these motherfuckers are trying to add me as friends now. I'm like, where the fuck have you been for the last 4 years, PDF, Poor Dirt Farmer? Where the fuck have you been for the last 4 years? You want to be my friend on TikTok after you've been MIA for 4 fucking years, right? Not happening. What about you, Carolina and Fort Worth, CFW? You decided to be bitch begone, and you haven't been on my channel for 4.5 fucking years, but yet, you want to add me to your TikTok? Wrong, cunt. Not happening. Not fucking happening. Same thing with Otto the Watchdog. He turned his back on me. Four-plus years ago. So you haven't been supporting me on YouTube for 4+ years, Otto. What makes you think I want you guys on my TikTok? Really? What makes you really think I want you as subscribers to my TikTok? Sorry. Not sorry. You had the chance. You've had the last 4 fucking years where you could have been my friend. These guys had over the last 4 fucking years. And they turned their back on me, and now all of a sudden they want to add me to their TikToks? Really? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? I wasted one time. And I did this during COVID, which was even more stupid, because I did it during COVID. Otto the Watchdog gets arrested in Texas. A whole bunch of YouTubers decided that they're going to protest at the courthouse. Whole bunch of protesters decided they were going to go down to Rockwall, Texas, and protest Otto the Watchdog's arrest. And while they were protesting, and I didn't have the money to get down there to the December rally. This was December 2019. I didn't have a chance. I didn't have the money to get to the December rally. Didn't have the money. Didn't have the transportation. Didn't have a way to get down to the. Didn't have a way to do it. So while everybody's down there and they're protesting for Otto the Watchdog, 4 people grab sidewalk chalk and they start writing obscenities on the fucking sidewalk in sidewalk chalk. And and the judge had them brought in and arrested immediately because they were defacing court property with sidewalk chalk. And then they were all scheduled to be arraigned in February of 2020. They called it the chalk wall, the chalk wall 4, and making fun of the town of Rockwall, Texas. They called it the chalk wall 4, because instead of rock wall, chalk wall, because they were writing on the sidewalk with chalk. So I spent $1,000, went to that Texas rally in support of the 4 people that were arrested for writing on the sidewalk with sidewalk chalk. Wasted $1,000 fucking dollars to get down there. I'm damn lucky I didn't get fucking killed in the process when I went down there. Yeah, and everybody's gonna say, Emo, how the fuck did you almost get killed? Because I did something I really shouldn't have done. I rented a car. And I was living in Mexico, Maine at the time. I rented a fucking Nissan Kicks. I rented it from a car rental property. I'm not going to say which one. Got shit for sleep before leaving. This is where the dangerous part comes in. Drove from Maine to the other side of West Virginia. In West Virginia, I stopped for 1 hour of sleep. You heard me right. 1 hour of sleep. I then drove from West Virginia to Texas and made it there by 7 o'clock Saturday night in Texas. Driving from Maine to Texas on 1 hour of sleep, that was very fucking dangerous. So I could have got killed coming down to meet these people. I could have got killed by, I could have easily have, because tell me, making a trip that big, is that safe? Only getting 1 hour of sleep, doing a long trip like that, is that safe? Think about it. 1 hour of sleep, Maine to fucking Texas. That wasn't smart. I could have easily fucking fell asleep at the wheel and killed me and maybe possibly a whole family in another car. When I think about it, that was stupid doing that. I broke my ass. I get down to Texas. I meet these people. I'm enjoying Texas. Monday morning comes. We go to the courthouse. We're protesting. Everything's going good. Then Steve and Dawn say to me, well, we got the house to Thursday. You might as well, do you want to stay an extra night and maybe we can do some more cop watching, going around filming the police. So everybody left the rented house on fucking Tuesday. No. My eye on you, also known as Steve Beers, rents the fucking house to Thursday. I leave Thursday morning. Rockwall, Texas, I leave Thursday morning. Because we went to IHOP for breakfast. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I wanted to rest. I wanted to fucking rest going on the way home. I didn't want to do that all in one shot with only an hour's sleep. Well, because I spent the extra 2 days in fucking Texas. The rental car had to be back the next morning. So guess what happened? I drove all the way from Texas to Maine with no sleep. That's right, you heard me right. I left Rockwall, Texas at 8 in the morning, and I was pulling into Enterprise Rent-A-Car at 9:30 Friday morning, which was the time the car was supposed to be back. I got no sleep coming back home. And not one of those motherfuckers that I met at that YouTube gathering, not one of those cocksuckers talks to me today. Not one of those fucking people talked to me today. Not fucking one. Yeah. Then August comes. One of the guys I supported at the Texas trip, one of the ones that got arrested, said, "Thank you for spending all that money. I really appreciate you doing that to me." So it's August now. Now we've had the murder of Elijah McClain. The murder of Elijah McClain, where he was murdered by police officers. So one of the guys I went to support in court in Texas said, "Yeah, we're going to have a really good mass protest in Denver, Colorado. Would you like to come down, Emo? Would you really like to go to the protest?" He says, "Because you wasted so much money to come down to Texas, and I'm doing good at my work, and I got extra money. How about if I buy you round trip tickets from Portland, Maine to fucking Denver, Colorado, and you come out and fly out for the weekend, and you protest with us at the Elijah McClain protest." And I flew out to, again, during COVID. Second trip during COVID, when everybody's supposed to stay home. Hooked up with a whole crew of auditors, protesting the death of Elijah McClain. Met all kinds of real 1A community members. Met all kinds of 1A auditors. And again, just like fucking Texas, not one of those people talked to me. So now they're having a big fucking auditing get-together in Florida. You think I'm going to go to that one? No, I'll never go to another fucking a mass group of auditing. Okay? Now, there's this woman that recently got murdered. She's a YouTuber that got murdered by her YouTuber husband. Now, I know when that trial goes to trial, there's a whole bunch, and she was part of the 1A auditing community. A whole bunch of auditors are probably going to protest when that murder trial happens. And I might just go down there to protest. But those guys will be in front of the courthouse, and I'll be a block away. And when they ask me why I'm not hanging out with the 1A community, I'm going to say, because 5 years ago, I gave you motherfuckers a chance to hang out with me. And 5 years ago, the auditing community didn't want nothing to do with me. So when that murder trial comes for that bastard, if there are protesters that show up to see that Will gets the justice he deserves, I'm probably going to show up down there too, but I'm going to deliberately go a block away. Because I don't want to hang out with any of you First Amendment assholes. Because you First Amendment assholes for the last 5 fucking years haven't been wanting to hang out with me. So I'll deliberately go out of my way, and I'll be I'll be a block down from wherever you guys are protesting. If that happens. If and when the trial comes to fucking fruition, I'll do that deliberately, just so I don't have to hang out with you guys, because you guys didn't want to hang out with emo for the last 5 years. You wanted to listen to a bunch of asshole trolls, so I'll deliberately do that. So let's say that murder happened in New York now, in downtown Manhattan. And let's say the courthouse is at, I'm just using an analogy here. Let's say the murder trial of that woman, let's say it happened in New York instead of Maryland, it happened in New York. So let's say at 134th Street and Broadway is the courthouse. I'm just making up an address. If there's a courthouse there, it's coincidental. I'm just making up streets in fucking New York City, because I know they have weird numbers and shit. So let's say a whole bunch of auditors are going down there, and they're out at the fucking corner of 103rd Street and Broadway. Broadway being the main drag, 134th Street being the fucking the side street of the courthouse. I would show up in New York City, but instead of hanging out with you auditors, because of the way you auditors have treated me over the last 5 years and sided with my trolls, I'd take me and my signs, and I would go to Broadway and 135th Street. While all your assholes are on 134th Street, I'd be 1 block away on 135th Street. Yeah. Because I'll never do a fucking mass gathering again, because you guys didn't appreciate emo on the last 2. So why should I hang out with a bunch of auditors? I'll never do another fucking YouTube gathering again. You couldn't pay me to do another YouTube gathering. Just being honest. Just keeping it fucking real. So I hope Bill goes to jail for the murder of this girl. And I hope that a whole bunch of protesters show up in Maryland. And I'll show up in Maryland, but I'll deliberately go 1 block down the street just to not hang out with the auditing community. Because the auditing community hasn't wanted anything to do with me for 5 fucking years. So, and we both are supporting the fucking thing. We're both supporting the same thing. The injustice of this woman getting murdered. But I will not stand with you guys. I'll go a block away with my signs. So there might be 250 auditors up at the next corner, and I'll be down here at this corner with just myself. Yeah. Because I'll be damned if I do another YouTube gathering again. I'll be goddamned if I do another YouTube gathering ever again. And you didn't just do it to me. You did it to my truck driver friend. There was a giant fucking cookout in the Carolinas. my truck driving friend went and seen you, and I wasn't. That happened to go on the same time I was in Denver, I believe. He went to the South Carolina thing, or I wasn't invited for the South Carolina. I don't remember how it went. He said the South Carolina thing was the best day of his life, and not one of those assholes he met at that 1A audited picnic in South Carolina. Not one of those assholes, other than Patriots Defense, talks to this guy. Patriots Defense is the only one that talks to him. And all those hundreds of people that went to that fucking cookout. So, I'll never go on another YouTube gathering again. Somebody can send me free plane tickets and say, Emo, come to Audit Palooza, and I'll be like, fuck you, John Felix. Fuck you, On Fisherman. I love you guys' content, but there's no way I'm coming to your fucking Audit Palooza because I've already tried to hang out with 1A people. 2 times. And the 3rd time that was unofficial. But I won't get into the 3rd time. Well, somebody's daughter died, and I just happened to be living in the state of where his daughter died, so I went to the mother's house, and a whole bunch of auditors were there, and I was supporting the mother because she had just lost her daughter, who was murdered by a drug dealer. Okay? Because the drug dealer gave her fucking bad dope. But that technically wasn't a YouTube gathering. That was a funeral type of a thing. But then again, a lot of the 1A auditors that went to that, like PDF and Auditor Watchdog, and a few other people that hate me, went to this girl's funeral, and PJ the mother has not talked to me since I went to that funeral. Because after I left I don't know what they call it after a funeral, but I know after people get married, they go in the hall, they have the cake, they have the fucking food, they have the reception part. I don't know if it's called the reception after a funeral. I don't know what the actual word was, but she invited me back to her house. We had pizza, we had all kinds of food. I left early, which meant that 4 of my fucking enemies were still at that house. Which means they ran their flapper the minute I left that fucking house, because PJ has not talked to me since. Okay? If you want to be technical. And her daughter was murdered. In my opinion. So will I ever go to a YouTube mass gathering again? Fuck no. And if a black guy gets killed by, let's say a black guy gets killed, on Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, and it's an officer-involved shooting, and a whole bunch of 1A people think that the cops did shit wrong. So a whole bunch of you guys decide, oh, we're going to swarm Myrtle Beach and we're going to protest. Yeah, wherever you guys are protesting, I'll go to that same protest, but I'll be a block away from the 1A auditors. Deliberately. Because for the last 5 fucking years, you had the chance to accept Emo. You had the chance to be Emo's fucking friend. You didn't want to be Emo's fucking friend. No. This is why I said, CFW, Carolina 4th. How dare you add me to my Facebook? Where the fuck you been? 4.5+ years on my YouTube. You've been MIA, biatch. PDF. 4+ years. You've been missing on my fucking YouTube, biatch. And on to the white watchdog. You've been gone from my fucking YouTube channel for over 5 years. And then you guys have the audacity to say, oh, let's be friends on TikTok. Ah! Sorry, not sorry. You had your chance. You had your chance. You had your chance. You didn't do it. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't really want to be on this channel anymore because, like I said, I can't make friends on this channel anymore. Because just in the last week, I was banned from a room of a guy who I showed nothing but respect to, of a guy I showed nothing but, who I had casual conversation. I didn't once bring up any of my trolling in his room. I didn't once advertise his username over here so people would go from my channel to go fuck with him. And I tried to be this guy's friend, but his trolls wanted to play him the 5-year-old Gary Emo Howling Wolf versus Gary Snowflake videos. And I got banned. And he still listens to the trolls all the time. He just admitted it in yesterday's stream. Well, I was watching their live stream and I saw everything they were saying about me. Well, that's your problem, Rich. You don't belong in that fucking room. That's your problem. And you chose them over me. A guy that showed you nothing but respect and loyalty. You gave Austin and Marco a goddamn win. That's what you did. You gave Austin and Marco a win, and you fucked me. So if I can't make friends on this channel anymore, there's no point in me having this channel open. So I don't know when I'm going to be back. Because I'm at the point where I didn't even want to be on this channel tonight, but somebody asked the question. I showed the screenshot at the beginning of the stream. They wanted to know the information. I replied to them. That's the only reason why I'm here. I replied to them. I responded to them. But in my opinion, I can't use this channel anymore because the name is tarnished. I can't go out and make friends. So what I should have did when I wanted to be Rich's friend is I should have lied from the beginning and used the sock account in his room. Is that what I should have did? So that way Austin and Marco wouldn't know about the 5-year-old videos? Yeah, see, if I would have did that, me and Rich might have still been friends. But to me that would have been dishonest. So I came in this established username. I was in his chat for 1 whole fucking month. Treated the guy with nothing but respect and support. And what did I get back from my fucking support? That's what I got. So I don't want to use the channel anymore. I'm through with it. So anyway, that's it. Show's over. Wolf is dead. See ya.